welcome to my channel. I've had a need recently to make a few little gifts of encouragement for a few friends, simply because I think we're all in the same boat where lockdown is getting us down big time. And I just thought some bookmarks with a little verse of scripture or a verse of encouragement, or just a little pin might be the way to go, just to say I'm thinking of you, since we can't spend time with each other. So I'm going to show you how to do some bookmarks using some metal foil. And you might find that you've got this foil in your hardware store, or maybe if you're a handy person, you might have some. This is just an aluminium foil that has an adhesive backing on it, and they normally use it for binding up flashing and in building works. But for craft work, it is lovely. Mine is a huge roll, so that's more than a lifetime's worth of craft work with that. But I'm sure that you can get smaller rolls, and I know that you can get it in different size widths and also different size weights. So that will be our starting point, is that we need some of this aluminium foil. The next thing that we're going to need is to have some sturdy white card, whatever you have, it doesn't matter. And you're going to need to cut that to size. Now, the one thing that's our limitation here is the size of an embossing folder. So I have cut my bookmarks, as you will see, 20 centimeters by 5 centimeters, and I've said ought to fit the length of your embossing folder, because sometimes you've actually got a smaller embossing folder, and then obviously it's very difficult to try and do your embossing design in two parts. I did try it with one of them. Which one was it? I think it was the butterflies here. I did try with that, but you do get a line in the middle, and if your design is very busy like this, you don't really notice it, but it does bother me. But I did try it so that I could actually show you. So what I did once I'd actually cut my pieces of card to 20 centimeters by 5 centimeters is I cut a strip of my aluminium foil off. And I'm going to now stick this onto my card. It is a good idea to stick this before you actually start doing the embossing, so that you emboss the foil with the card at the same time. And simply because this has a tendency to curl once you start peeling the backing off, I'm going to separate this, although I will get 2 bookmarks out of that. So I'm just separating it, so I've only got one that I'm working with. And now what I'm going to do is just to flick up the corner. So this is a little bit like double-sided tape, where you need to flip the corner up. And then once you've got the corner up, just hold the 2 ends down with your fingers and start to pull it away. Right, I kind of hold onto this end where the backing tape still is, because I find it's just a little bit easier to control it. And it is slightly longer than what I'm needing, so it will give me enough space. Then you're going to lay your bookmark down on one corner and simply smooth it to the other side. Then I like to put this back over it, just to give it a bit of body. Use your fingers just to smooth down the aluminium foil, just so that it's completely stuck down all over. Okay, now it won't actually stick to your tabletop with that backing. Now I'm going to peel the backing off completely, discard that, and then I'm going to take my little scissors that I use for things that are sticky, my sticky scissors, and I'm just going to trim away the back of this. It is a bit sticky on the scissors as you go, so what I would suggest you do is just start folding it away, and it doesn't actually then capture you. So get all the way right around the sides, take all the sticky stuff off, and then when you've done that, simply just take a corner punch if you want to, and punch the corners so that you have this rounded edge. I would definitely do that at this stage, because if you don't do that at this stage, once it's embossed, it doesn't punch through as easily because the surface is slightly raised. Okay, so the next step then is to take your embossing folder and open it out. Decide where you would like to position your design. So sometimes embossing folders have designs more in one section than the other. Choose a section that you like, and just with a little bit of masking tape, just catch the edges just very lightly so that this doesn't slide while you're embossing, and then roll this through your machine so that you've actually now got your design embossed. Okay, so we're really just talking through this rather than doing it, because I don't want to spend a lot of your time and data showing you this. So once you have your design done, I've simply just taken my circle punch and I've punched out 2 circles which I've glued together just to give it a bit of reinforcement, because you know where the ribbon or the tag goes through is always a bit of a soft spot, so that adds a little bit of body. So that's your very basic that you can do with your bookmark. Then the next one here that I've done is I've just added a few little beads onto the top, just to add a little bit of difference. Here's one where I've used yellow and purple, and it's lovely to use yellow and purple because they're opposite sides of the color wheel, so they really do pop once you actually start to put them together. So we've got those. We've got a lovely sort of cherry blossom one, we've got hearts, we've got the daisies, and then this one I used a sort of a wood grain finish, and then I've used some recycled card just for the dot, and I make these little pins out of felt, and I think I will do a tutorial on those. So just for this one, because I'd like to give this as a gift, I've just put that little pin through there so that that will just add a little bit of decoration, and then the recipient can either use that as a pin or they could actually just leave it on the bookmark. And because I live in South Africa, for this one, which has got tire tracks, I've got this little beaded flag which I've put on. So you can really dress these up for any specific person in mind. And here's the one with the little butterflies, and I've simply just made another little heart pin and done that together. So apart from just, using this as gifts for friends, if you are doing something like a fundraiser, or your children need to do a market day at school, this is quite a nice easy project to do just using this aluminium foil. And of course there's lots more that you can use with it. So just remember that the measurements for doing this are 20 centimeters by 5 centimeters. Thanks so much for joining me, and if you've enjoyed this, please give me a like and please subscribe to my channel so that you'll get notifications. I do post every week and sometimes twice a week, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you. Bye.